Ah! Ah! Oh! Whew. The question I get asked the most often is, people always want to know what I do for my arms. And truth of the matter is, usually when you see someone with an outstanding body part, normally it's genetics. And it's the wrong person to ask because they were born that way. My case, different. I was born with no arms. I was born with great legs, big back, skinny arms. And I knew it right from the offset. I started competing at 15, and right off the bat, I hated my arms. And I became obsessed with just making my arms as big as I could. And I've tried everything there is in the world to make my arms bigger. And I've trained them every day, I've trained them every other day, I've trained them heavy, I've trained them light, I've done everything. But what I've found that works the best for me is I train them more often. I train them 2 or 3 times a week. I go for the pump, the contraction, I squeeze, and I don't worry about the weight. My biggest mistake was, curling 275, triceps with the whole stack, and I just worked my tendons and elbows. I never got anywhere. Did that for like 10, 12 years. But when I started really squeezing the muscle and flexing and getting that incredible pump and not overtraining them, just hitting them for a good 12, 15 sets, but 2 or 3 times a week is when I really started watching them just grow. And it was the first time I actually saw the tape measure just start going and going and going. And that's my secret. And on arm day, that's my high calorie day. So I'll take in more carbs, my workout. After I work out, my meal after my workout is my largest. It's just a high calorie day to just load my muscles with as much nutrients as possible. If you have a weak body part, that's what I suggest. Train that body part the most. The day you train it, high calories, put everything you can towards that muscle and make it grow. And if you want it to grow and you can force it to grow, it will grow. So that's what it takes.
Okay, Rich, look out to your left. Yeah, give me a nice flex like that. That's cool. Look out to your right.
I'm ready.
And look right here in the camera. You have a gym bag, right?
Yeah.
How about right after, just start from here to the left. Okay, count to 3. Look down to the back, pick it up, and just leave.
Okay, after you say rolling?
Yeah. Control and action, Rich. Nice. Down speed.
The question I get the most often is about my arms. People want to know. The question I get the most often is about my arms. People are always asking me, how do you get your arms so big? Blah, blah, blah.
And let's roll and action, Rich.
The question I get asked the most often is, what do I do for my arms? And the truth of the matter is, usually when you look around the gym and you see someone with an outstanding body part or a body part that stands out from the rest, it's normally genetics. It's usually the wrong person to ask because normally they were born with that body part. You ask someone that has genetically good calves, they can't tell you how they got them because they were born with them. But in my case, my arms were shit. So I've worked my ass off to build these arms up. When I started competing at 15, and I noticed right away my arms were too small, and I was given legs. And people look back at my old contest days, they'll see my legs were enormous. And now I could give a shit about my legs, honestly. But I became obsessed with my arms and trained them every day, trained them every other day, heavy, light, tried everything there was in the world to make my arms grow. And what I finally realized is, for me, what worked the best is squeezing, tensing, flexing, and train them 2 or 3 times a week. Train them more often than any other body part. And for me, they started growing like crazy. In the beginning, I did, heavy 270-pound curls, heavy skull crushers, just demolished my elbows, my tendons, sore all the time, did nothing for my muscles. So for me, 2-3 times a week, squeezing, tensing, squeezing the muscle, made them grow like crazy. And also on my arm day, that's my high calorie day. So basically I just flood my body with nutrients. So my post-workout shake is insane, 200 grams of carbs, 90 grams of protein. Half an hour later, I go and I eat a huge breakfast, and I'm just flooding my body with nutrients on arm day. So 3 times a week is a high calorie day, specifically on my arm day to make my arms grow. And I've been doing this for probably about 12 years straight, and just continued to get progression. So I just continue to do it over and over. Let me say that again. And I just continue to get progress doing this. So, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I just continue to do this. But normally, you have to shock the body and do different things. You can't do the same thing over and over and over. The body will get used to it, and it'll stop growing. But for me, you know what? This has worked, so I just keep doing it. So for arms, try training them 3 times a week. And you know what? I don't think there's no such thing as overtraining. I've met a lot of guys that have came right out of prison that worked their arms every day. When they came out, they had 22, 23-inch arms. Working arms every day with no supplements, no drugs. So that kind of told me something right there. These guys are doing it every day, same body part, and they're growing. So doing it once a week, just not enough. So I started doing it 3 times a week, and my arms just blew up. And I continue to do it. So give it a try.
That was perfect. It's cut there. Is that light a little too hard for you on the right side? Those 3 lights?
Let's pan one off if you want. Lower, lower. Okay, rolling.
And action, Rich.
Sounds right.
And it's cut. Oh, let me take a shot. Flex it. Come here. Yeah, I'm gonna do all that.
Speeding.
Let's roll. And action, Rich.
I don't think that Bill Phillips looked at it as, I want to compete against them. I want to destroy them.
If they pass legislation basically making any type of food supplement a prescription item, that would be the end, the death of the entire food supplement industry.
Take your vitamin pill now.
In the 1960s, the sports supplement industry was barely emerging.
I think the reason why Joe Weider was so successful was he had Arnold on his side.
He wasn't selling supplements. He was in the dream business.
Joe Weider was a marketing genius.
People would say the promotions or the endorsements back then were cheesy. To me, it wasn't. I loved it.
Fitness was taking off. You know, fitness became cool. You've had a lot of readers that wanted to be like the stars that they idolized.
Bill's strength is his marketing savvy. He's a marketing genius.
Got it. It's only vitamin.
the right of American citizens to have free access to dietary supplements of their choice.
Consult your physician. You might as well consult the next guy you meet on the street. They don't know a damn thing about vitamins and nutrition.
The dietary supplement industry became the #2 most regulated industry. Nuclear, dietary supplements, pharmaceutical. We are more regulated than drugs.
They come in and you need to allow the FDA. They have jurisdiction.
The enforcement is kind of the questionable side of it, and how do they really get a handle on this monster?
A lot of people tell me that the dietary supplement industry is completely unregulated. It's the wild, wild west out there. It's a free-for-all. That could not be further from the truth.
A dietary supplement is not allowed to have a side effect. I always say the pharmaceutical has to have a minimum of 100 side effects in order for it to be a drug.
And now, it's a $40 billion industry and growing.
That's the really interesting thing, is the cast of characters from the 80s, when it was kind of iffy, to now when it's a lot more legitimate.
They made it sound cutting edge, revolutionary, and different, and I want that. That's cool.
We are in this industry to improve our health. It's not just a vanity project here. We're working on our lifeline. We eat a certain way to improve our health. We train a certain way to improve our health. Supplements are just that. They supplement your work, your graft, your nutrition.
They demonize dietary supplements, but they say all you need is real food. Well, what's a real food?
They pump you up and get you hard, stronger, faster, bigger.
Doc, I want to take this weight gain. I want to take this pre-workout. No way. That stuff, we don't know what's in that. It could be, no way. I'm not going to give you, it's going to kill the industry, bottom line.
So I must have drank so much protein powder from age 15 to 18 that my head was going to explode.
I believed in metrics so much that I would probably punch somebody in the face if they tried to take it away from me.